Hey guys, how's it going? Well, today's going to be a little fun project for me. Well, I took the liberty in advance to build myself redneck deck. It's made out of scrap wood, and it took me a while to kind of figure out how to even it up with the door over here, which I'll show you guys in a second. And I had to use 2x4s and whatever else to be able to get it off the ground, because you don't want your deck directly on the ground. You can, but it won't last as long. So at the moment I'm just gonna, because I finished sawing everything off, and you know, it's not 100% complete, but it's 90% done. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be staining it today, and I'm gonna show you guys how to properly stain as well. And I'm gonna take the shavings off first. So that's essential. You don't want that mixed into your work. It'll be all messy. So sweep off your deck first. You want a nice clean surface when you prepare to stain it, because you want it to look nice, you know, even though it's out of garbage wood, you know. So I got this lumber for free. It was off an old project, I guess, from somebody else, and they were willing to give me the wood, so I took it. And this is one of the projects I've done with this so far, you know, so and these were the panels that I used. I have a whole bunch of these. So see, they look like this here. They had this gray paint. Some of them are even black on it. So all I did was turn it over, because I'm going to stain it anyway. And that's the result of that. So I'll just toss that piece of scrap away. And let's get down to business. I'm going to show you guys how this all came together here. As you can see, I had to use a couple of 2x4s down here, plus one of those scrap pieces of wood to hold it. As you can see, it's not a professional's job, but you know, it does the trick for me anyway. So it's off the ground. See, scrap wood, like I said, and the spacing's pretty good too. I didn't have any screws, folks, but I nailed everything together and it seemed to work out for me. So as you can see, looks pretty decent for what it is. And I'll show you what I mean about making it flush with the door. That's as best as I can get it, everybody. So I was originally going to use 4x4s to jack it up, put it off the ground, but it went way over the floor line, so I had to improvise and do what I just showed you. So let's get to the fun part, and let's get staining this puppy. So I know this little area there is going to be covered up anyway. I know that you probably noticed this little hole here, but I'm going to put another border around, probably with the same kind of boards as you'll notice, and it'll cover that right up anyways. So I'm going to put that all the way around, so it'll look really, really nice when I'm done. So I just want to get most of it done, and I'm going to shut my mouth and show you the stain I'll be using. It's going to be a Jara Brown. I used the same thing for my daughter's floors upstairs in her bedroom, which she's very happy with. We took a floor sander to hers. So lucky I didn't have to do that here, because I just flipped the boards over like I said. So make sure that your stain is, you know, what you want, that it's outdoor weather resistant, which this is. So it's indoor outdoor use. So I'm going to finish off the can that I was using already, plus I got to open that one as well. Yeah, there's not very much in there, so I'll probably use that just as a cutting can. What I'm going to do, a lot of people just brush it on, right? Well, you're not going to use a 1-inch brush, of course. You'd be using a 2.5 or a 3, maybe even bigger. I'm going to roll it on, right? A lot quicker, a lot faster. And the only tip I can give everybody is that catch your runs, because you'll see it when it dries. It doesn't look so pretty, you know. My daughter figured out that the hard way. You know, she did pretty well for her first time, you know, staining floors, but she asked me to redo it because she didn't like her job, and I commended her for, you know, the job that she did do. So if you ever get any help at home or have hands at home, commend your kids if they're helping you. You know, you learn by doing is what I say. So, anyways, let's get on with the staining. So, make sure that your pan has no crap in it, you know. So, make sure you have one of those paint can openers. They're really handy, or you want to redneck it like me, right? But I'm going to be using the real deal today. So, okay, nice little brown color, right? That's where the brush comes in handy. I like to keep everything nice and clean, and you know, I don't like sloppy work. You know? It's amazing what you could find around your house that, you know, like scrap wood like this can make a nice, I call it the redneck deck, because it's all made out of, you know, crooked or damaged or just rejected wood that people didn't want. So I made really good use of it. So I'm gonna pour the stain in here, and we're gonna have some fun, folks. I got my roller already from the previous job, so that's nice. And pour her in there. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And there's tons of mosquitoes around here, as you can see. Right? Catch your runs. You don't want that to wreck your, you know, your surfaces or whatever you put it on. Me, it's outdoors, so it doesn't really matter anyways. Right? So I'm going to stick that over here with the lid back on, of course. Take a rubber hammer and you just tap it all the way around. Well, if you don't have a rubber hammer, wood handle, whatever, you know, if you're using a regular hammer, just be careful not to bang it too hard. You'll dent your lid or your can. Learned that from experience. So, the fun part. So, still nice and fresh from the last time, so which is nice. So, totally saturate your roller. And go in one direction, you know, when you're doing this. So I'm going to start at the front here anyway, and you'll see. Just like in painting, you go in different directions, right? Right? Same idea. So you could do it whatever, you know what I mean? Just make sure that, you know, you catch your runs afterwards. It's really fun and relaxing as well, you know what I mean? Okay. This would be considered like a run if you could see this. Right, so you just make sure it's all nice and flat and so not noticeable. It blends right in, you know? That's what you want. I'm no professional painter. I've said this in the past. You know, you just use your discretion, you know. I know you people ain't stupid out there, so It's all in good fun. Right? So, and me, I don't like to rush a job like this, especially a job like this, you know? So, and what I like about this, it dries pretty quick, especially if it's outdoors. So, okay, going in one direction, of course. It's gonna look great when it's done. You could keep it this color too, but you know, eventually it'll just start to go gray and look crappy on you. So I just want to, you know, make it beautiful a little bit. It's not the same color brown that's on the door, but who cares, right? So I'll eventually restain all that anyways, this brown. So maybe even put a Varathane on it. Depends how I feel, you know. We'll see how this turns out first. This is looking good. Okay. Make sure you put enough on your roller too. You might have to do a second coat. Who knows? But if you have to, go right ahead. You know? Okay. And then have to lots of fun. I love doing a project like this. Really lots of fun for me. You know? I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. And I hope that this tip has been helpful to you. If not, well, you know, sorry about that. But if you learned something, why not? If we don't learn something every day, well, you know, we're not really getting ahead here. So, like I said in other videos, I like to keep busy, you know. It's like an art form to me, you know. So, okay, there's a run over there. So, come back on it. Okay, you catch them as you go. So, looks really nice. Okay. There you go. That's just for that part. So you've seen what it looked like before, and now after. Big difference. Brings it to life, you know what I mean? So, who wants a deck that looks kind of bland, you know? You want some life into it, a little bit of color or a little bit of pizzazz, they would call it, I guess. You know? Ah, this is cool. There we go. So I'm gonna close this door here. There we are. See, I'm doing it before it gets too hot, of course. There we go. Doesn't take very long to do, especially a deck of this size. So there we go. And don't worry about the parts that you can't really reach from the corner. You just take your brush and you touch it up afterwards. You won't even notice it. So, me, I think I'm going to do 2 coats on this, just because I like it a little darker and just to make sure that it seeps into the wood real good. So, As you can see, it's very easy to do and relaxing as well. A brush takes longer, so this is why I'm doing it this way. I got lots of projects on the go, so I can't be taking my time doing stuff here. So, you know. And there it is for the first coat. As you can see, it didn't take that long to do. And of course, I'll say it again, make sure that you catch your runs because it'll dry and you'll notice a little darker tinge in some areas. So you want it all to be, you know, going in one direction and all the same color, you know. So I'm just gonna, you know, do this too. Why not? And I'll just touch it up with the brush, whatever I can't reach. There we go. Nice. Looking good. So as you can see, very easy. So I'm gonna have to do another coat anyways. So I hope that this tip has been very useful, everybody, and there you have it. I'm happy so far the way it looks, and so I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye for now.